How would you describe Henry VIII's reign?" Our relief was greater than our curiosity, because Marshall was a cautious know-nothing who lacked the inventiveness of true ignorance. He searched for possible hidden complexities in the question before eventually locating a response. "There was unrest, sir." An outbreak of barely controlled smirking. Hunt himself almost smiled. "Would you, perhaps, care to elaborate?" Marshall nodded slow assent, thought a little longer, and decided it was no time for caution. "I'd say there was great unrest, sir." "Finn, then, are you up in this period?" The new boy was sitting a row ahead and to my left. He had shown no evident reaction to Marshall's idiocies. "Not really, sir, I'm afraid. But there is one line of thought according to which all you can truly say of any historical event, even the outbreak of the First World War, for example, is that something happened." "Is there indeed? Well, that would put me out of a job, wouldn't it?" After some sycophantic laughter, old Joe Hunt pardoned our holiday idleness and filled us in on the polygamous royal butcher. At the next break I sought out Finn. "I'm Tony Webster." He looked at me warily. "Great line to Hunt." He seemed not to know what I was referring to. "About something happening." "Oh, yes. I was rather disappointed he didn't take it up." That wasn't what he was supposed to say. Another detail I remember, the three of us, as a symbol of our bond, used to wear our watches with a face on the inside of the wrist. It was an affectation, of course, but perhaps something more. It made time feel like a personal, even a secret thing. We expected Adrian to note the gesture and follow suit, but he didn't. Later that day, or perhaps another day, we had a double English period with Phil Dixon, a young master just down from Cambridge. He liked to use contemporary texts and would throw out sudden challenges. "Birth and copulation and death, that's what T.S. Eliot says it's all about. Any comments?" He once compared a Shakespearean hero to Kirk Douglas in Spartacus, and I remember how, when we were discussing Ted Hughes's poetry, he put his head at a donnish slant and murmured, "Of course, we're all wondering what will happen when he runs out of animals." Sometimes he addressed us as gentlemen. Naturally, we adored him. That afternoon he handed out a poem with no title, date, or author's name, gave us 10 minutes to study it, then asked for our responses. "Shall we start with you, Finn? Put simply, what would you say this poem is about?" Adrian looked up from his desk. "Eros and Thanatos, sir." Go on." "Sex and death," Finn continued, as if it might not just be the thickies in the back row who didn't understand Greek. "Or love and death, if you prefer. The erotic principle, in any case, coming into conflict with the death principle, and what ensues from that conflict, sir." I was probably looking more impressed than Dixon thought healthy. "Webster, enlighten us further." "I just thought it was a poem about a barn owl, sir." This was one of the differences between the three of us and our new friend. We were essentially taking the piss, except when we were serious. He was essentially serious, except when he was taking the piss. It took us a while to work this out. Adrian allowed himself to be absorbed into our group, without acknowledging that it was something he sought. Perhaps he didn't. Nor did he alter his views to accord with ours. At morning prayers he could be heard joining in the responses, while Alex and I merely mimed the words, and Colin preferred the satirical ploy of the pseudo-zealot's enthusiastic bellow. The three of us considered school sports a crypto-fascist plan for repressing our sex drive. Adrian joined the fencing club, and did the high jump. We were belligerently tone-deaf. He came to school with his clarinet. When Colin denounced the family, I mocked the political system, and Alex made philosophical objections to the perceived nature of reality. Adrian kept his counsel. At first, anyway. He gave the impression that he believed in things. We did too, it was just that we wanted to believe in our own things, rather than what had been decided for us. Hence